joined this evening with Terry, and he's going to share with us a story about a change of tact in relation to interviewing offenders.
Thank you, Simon. Yes, well, this story relates to an offender that I was about to interview. And it came about at a time when a New Zealand Bill of Rights have just come in. And the New Zealand Bill of Rights, among many rights that citizens have, was their right to contact a solicitor and a right to instruct a solicitor. And that, together with cautioning offenders that they're not obliged to say anything that they do say maybe taken and go, all these things, we were starting to wonder that we should treat offenders more gently than we had ever done before. Because prior to that, we were more direct in our methods. This little story occurred when a taxi driver was robbed at knife point, and we got called to the scene, and the offender was still present, and he was quite a rough gentleman, and we took him back to the police station. Ordinarily, we would speak to him in the language that he was accustomed, but on this occasion, I thought we would change tack. He's sitting there, and he's the sort of character who'd been through the mill. He was used to being dealt with by old school detectives. And I thought that I would treat him completely differently. He'd actually stabbed the taxi driver, not badly, but he'd robbed the taxi driver. And there he is, just sitting there surly, fully expecting me to go in and give him a hard interview. And I thought I would change things. So I went in there and I said to him, "Would you like something to eat?" And he looked at me quite shocked. He said, "Oh, yeah?" I said, "What would you like?" He said, "Oh, just some scoffle, do you, mate?" I said, "Hamburger? Hawaiian burger?" I said, "We've got a variety of burgers," because there was a Chinese takeaway just in Hobson Street, back at the police station.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, look, a hamburger, mate?" I said, "No problem at all. Would you like a drink? We can get you a milkshake. Would you like a vanilla, orange?" And he said to me, "Oh, yeah, vanilla, mate." I said, "Yep, we'll get that for you too." So I went down there and he's looking at me, and because he'd never been treated like this before, it was fairly obvious by the shocked look on his face. And I said, "You happy? Yeah? What's going on now, mate?" He said, "Pisses me off, mate." I said, why are you annoyed? Is that something I can get for you? Like a softer chair? And he said to me, no, he says, "That's, what's that movie on the TV? Conan the Barbarian. The muscly guy." I said, "Oh, yeah. He said it's on the box at 7, mate." I said, "Oh, you're going to miss it." He said, "Yeah, that's why I was just trying to get home." I said, "Oh, shit." I said, "Is that why you stabbed a taxi driver?" "Yeah." Okay. I said, "All right. I'll see if I can get a TV for you." "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." So I went to another part of the station, and they had a 14-inch TV, you see, so I picked that up. I said, "Look, I apologise, I can't get you a 26-inch. I said, "But I can get you a 14-inch. It was only black and white too, but still, better than nothing." So I put the bunny ears out the window. He's sitting there, drinking his milkshake, eating his hamburger. And sure enough, at 7 o'clock, as he said, on come Conan the Barbarian. There was Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around, carrying on, and everything was all right. And I thought, he's doing all right. So in a minute, I'm going to speak to him. But in the meantime, walk out. Next thing he says, "Hey, mate!" I said, "Yep." He says, "Could I have those lights off?" And I said,
"Unbelievable.
If you want to." I said, "I can turn the lights on." He said, "Yeah. I said, "Why do you want the lights off?" He said, he said, "Look." And he points over there, and there's a hotel across the road. It's still there. And in one of the windows, there was these two girls undressing, and he could see them better with the light off. So now he's watching Conan the Barbarian, drinking his milkshake, having his hamburger, and he's looking at girls taking their clothes off. I mean, he's in seventh heaven, this guy. So then I go and see him halfway through the movie, and he's munching away there, and I've even going to make him a cup of coffee and some biscuits in a minute. And I said to him, "You have the right to contact a solicitor." And he says, "Oh, yeah?" I said, "Now, do you have one in mind?" And he mentioned a couple of. I said, "Well, I can get you a really good solicitor." I said, "Shall I ring him?" And he said, "Yeah." So I rang him, and I explained to him why this gentleman was there and all the things I'd done for him. And he said to me, "You're kidding me, aren't you?" I said, "No, I'm not kidding you." I said, "He's as happy can be." He said, "Oh, can I speak to him?" I said, "Yeah, of course." So when the movie was just about finished, put him on the phone, and he's going, "Oh, this detective, mate, it's good. Shit, yeah." And so this barrister said, "Well, could you make a statement? It might seem unusual advice, but this barrister said to me, and I've never forgotten it, he said, sometimes the seeds of the defence are sown in that first statement. Not many barristers would say that." And so he gives the phone back to me, and he said, "Oh, are you there, Terry?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, he'll make you a full statement." I said, "Thank you very much." So when everything was finished, I put the typewriter, he admitted everything. everything. It's exactly what I wanted. Walking along the corridor was a very, very well-known detective senior sergeant at that time. He was the nemesis to many criminals. Ex-boxer, broken nose, tough as nails, and quite a force to be reckoned with. And he came up to me and he says, "What do you got here, Terry?" And I explained to him, and he's going, "Good, good." And I explained all the things I'd done. He looked at me and said, "You're gotta be joking." I said, "Look at this statement, a full statement of confession. Do you think we've been doing it wrong all these years?" And he said, "Oh shit," and he just walked away. It's really funny.
Really appreciate you watching this week's episode of Kiwi Cop Stories. If you liked the video, please make sure you do like it, and also subscribe to the channel to make sure that you don't miss out on any future stories. Thank you.